So my vision is to just keep moving, hopefully several acres a year, to recreate this wide-spaced savanna, silvopasture, which actually looks much more like the earliest Europeans said this looked 300 years ago. Those pigs, they'd made a nest up under some deadfalls, and they were just steamy and happy, and just it couldn't have been better. Residual trees. What I'm sorry is that we're onto this so late in the game. Of course, the late 80s and 90s, and petroleum went way down, and we were on the back end of the Arab oil embargo. We were on the back end of that. Well, then when that all went away, then firewood sales really waned. But by that time we were getting, financially we were more secure. And now we're seeing it come back with a vengeance with the price of oil now. And so that's just wonderful, because it's now creating a market for me to be able to work in here and do this. But and these we only touch with the pigs once a year. Once a year. And we try to get through them. We wish we had enough of this for all the pigs, okay? But we really are only able to do this with about a quarter of our pigs right now, because we want to get through it between the acorns begin dropping around late September, and we want to be out of here by Christmas, because the weather gets too bad, water lines start to freeze, it just gets too. In fact, we had one group of pigs 2 winters ago. We gotten them all back home except one group, and they were up, not in this paddock, but the next one up. And we got a 20-inch snow overnight. We couldn't even get up here. It drifted. We couldn't get up here for 3 days. Finally, with a tractor, and we said, "Oh no, what are we going to find?" Those pigs, they'd made a nest up under some deadfalls, and they were just steamy and happy, and just it couldn't have been better.
Wow.
So of course they were big pigs. They weren't little pigs. They were big pigs. But pigs are pretty. They're pretty tough like that. So
I guess they
how
go
do you
fairly
move
easy.
your pigs when you've got to move a batch of pigs from here? How do you do it?
from paddock to paddock,
Yeah,
or back to the house.
back
Or
to
both.
the house, say.
Back to the house. We let them run their feeder out so they get kind of hungry, and then we
follow
open the
feeder.
gate, and we just herd them down the road.
And they go,
They go. They actually walk faster than a cow.
yeah.
Their gait is faster than a cow.
So, but when you're taking them to the abattoir, do you park the vehicle up here, like a trailer up here, or you walk them all the way down?
Normally we would batch in, batch out. Take a whole batch home, and then over the course of 3 weeks we pull whatever 10 or 15 or 20 or whatever it is we're taking out of there. Every batch takes about 3 weeks to go through.
And are you marketing these pigs differently this quarter?
No.
So people, in that sort of blind testing, are people coming back and saying,
Yeah.
are you doing something different to this pork than you are?
There's a bit of difference, but it's not, because we are feeding them. It's not as.
It's not like that's solid acorns.
And they're always getting all that grass and exercise and all that. It's not as huge a difference as you might think.
Right.
Now, if we went to, the Dehesa idea, where we dropped them down to a pig an acre, and expansive, and a year, I'm sure then there would be a significant
and a winter rainfall area where there's actually not that much other forage as well.
Yeah. All of that would change it
contribute,
more
yeah,
dramatically.
yeah.
But the way we see it for us, it's just a huge feed savings.
Yes.
It's a huge economic savings.
And over time, it pays for your petroleum and labour to come out here and do that with.
And
it would be interesting to do the metric.
It pays for the timber stand improvement work.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Because this work really release work really helps these residual trees. what I'm sorry is that we're onto this so late in the game.
Yeah.
You know, if we had done this when these trees were 6 inches instead of where they are, we'd have seen a tremendous difference.
And you'd have a lot more saw logs here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so
That's
now
great work.
now you know we'll just work through it,
And if you wished, you could also open this up a bit more so that you could like reduce the density, say another 50%,
right.
and then you could get a lot more grass up here, and
Yes.
then that could extend your pastoral area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you could. The problem is that if you reduced it a lot more, much more than what we've already done, you'd get all this epicormic sprouting, which would destroy the lumber value of the residual tree. All these
Okay.
trees have thousands of dormant buds
Yep,
up their
yep,
stems
yep.
that are stimulated by light, and so if they've been in the shade, if you shock them, then you suddenly get this a fuzzy tree, and that destroys the lumber quality.
Well, unless
So-
it's bird's eye.
So the rule of thumb is you never want to open up more than you take the diameter of the tree,
Yeah.
double it, and convert it to feet. So if it's a
Yeah.
12-inch diameter tree, 12 times 2 is 24 feet. If you go farther than 24 feet, then you get too much light. So a 6-foot tree, a 6-inch diameter tree, would be 12 feet.
Yes.
Yeah, 12
Yeah, it's
feet.
2 times diameter.
2 times diameter, and so.
We do that in metric too.
You Australians,
Yeah,
you're
that's
so clever.
That's the French.
So anyway, this is what I look forward to coming home. I
Yeah.
love this. I love the work. I love the landscape it's creating. I love everything about this. It's really
Well, and all of the residual products that it's creating too, in terms of like this work is what enables you to make your compost.
yeah, that's
and
right.
all of that.
That's right.
And all that bedding material and the
Right.
I mean, right down to all of the horticultural stuff
Yeah.
as we saw this
Right.
morning, Jody.
Right.
You know, all of that. You're basically creating a no-dig garden in soils which are where the type of soils that vegetables have
Right.
evolved to grow in.
Right.
Forest edge soils.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
know you don't like doing take 2, but I miss the this is my vision for the future. That this is what I come
now we're
home to. This is
breaking
what
rules. Come on, let's
They
see.
late
last
the dollar
day,
short.
last
Cameraman. Okay, so is the camera running now? Are we good? All right. So my vision is to just keep moving, hopefully several acres a year, to recreate this wide-spaced savanna, silvopasture, which actually looks much more like the earliest Europeans said this looked 300 years ago. That's what built these deep soils. So this is what brings me home. One of the things that brings me home. But it's really really exciting work, and I love it because this is work that I can do, and in a day I can look back. Here's where I was. Here's where you can really see it. It's not just. It's quantifiable. I can see what I've done. I've been right there. I haven't been here.
Not like a day sitting on the bloody computer.
No, and you wonder, is anybody listening, or is anybody making it? Yeah, no.
Especially if you lose your work. You don't lose your work here, do you?
Yeah. No, you don't lose your work here.
And you can't press the undo button.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That's great.
Good.
Thanks, mate.
Okay.